The year is 1888 London. A damp chill hangs in the air. A thick fog, heavy with coal smoke and the stench of poverty, clings to the cobbled streets of Whitechapel. Darkness descends early, swallowing the gaslight's feeble glow. Shadows twist and turn, hiding secrets in their depths. Whitechapel is a district of stark contrasts. It is a place where unimaginable poverty rubs shoulders with fleeting moments of drunken revelry. By day, the streets teem with hawkers, labourers, and the downtrodden masses just scraping by. By night, the gin palaces fill, offering a temporary escape from the harsh realities of life. But beneath the veneer of normalcy, a palpable fear lingers. Whispers of a faceless terror stalk the night. Whitechapel in 1888 was a place of crushing poverty. It was a district where hope seemed as distant as the stars obscured by the perpetual smog. Thousands of inhabitants lived in squalor, crammed into overcrowded slums. They struggled daily for basic necessities. For many women, the only escape from this desperate existence was found in the darkest corners of Whitechapel. Prostitution, though illegal, was a fact of life. These women, often referred to as unfortunates, walked the streets at night, their lives a precarious balancing act between survival and unimaginable risk. They sold their bodies for pennies, just enough to afford a bed in a doss house or a meagre meal. The Metropolitan Police Force, charged with maintaining order in the sprawling metropolis, faced an uphill battle in Whitechapel. The sheer density of the population, coupled with the labyrinthine streets, made effective policing a near impossibility. Gaslight, though a modern marvel, did little to pierce the thick fog that often blanketed the district. The darkness became an accomplice to the killer, shrouding his gruesome work. The Ripper's favoured time and place, the dark alleys and courtyards of Whitechapel, were a nightmare for any constable on patrol. Prostitutes, often viewed as outcasts of society, were not always afforded the same level of protection or justice. 5 women, forever linked by their tragic fates, are now known as the canonical 5 victims of Jack the Ripper. They were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. Each woman, though united in death by the Ripper's blade, had a story, a life that went beyond the headlines of their gruesome murders. Mary Ann Nichols, known to some as Polly, was the first to fall victim to the killer's spree. A woman struggling with alcoholism after a difficult life, she was last seen alive on the night of August 31st, 1888. Her mutilated body, discovered in Bucks Row, sent shockwaves through Whitechapel. Annie Chapman, the second victim, was found murdered on September 8, 1888. She was known for her pride in her appearance, despite her impoverished circumstances. Elizabeth Stride, a Swedish immigrant, met her end on September 30th, 1888. Catherine Eddowes, killed the same night as Stride, was known for her kindness, often sharing what little she had with others. Section 5. A City on Edge. The investigation and public hysteria. As the body count rose, so too did the fear and panic that gripped Whitechapel. The audacity of the crimes, committed in the heart of London, sent shockwaves through Victorian society. The press, eager for any scrap of information, published sensationalized accounts of the murders, further fueling the public's appetite for the macabre. The Metropolitan Police, under immense pressure to apprehend the killer, found themselves struggling to make headway in the investigation. The fog-choked streets, lack of modern forensic techniques, and the constant flow of misinformation made their task Herculean. Public vigilantism rose in response to the perceived inaction of the authorities. Section 6. Messages in Blood, the Ripper's Letters. Amidst the fear and uncertainty surrounding the Whitechapel murders, a new element emerged to further mystify the case letters. Hundreds of letters claiming to be from the killer flooded the police and newspaper offices. Most were dismissed as hoaxes, the work of attention seekers or morbid jokesters. However, 2 letters in particular stood out from the rest: the Dear Boss letter and the From Hell letter. The Dear Boss letter, received by the Central News Agency in late September 1888, was the first to use the moniker Jack the Ripper. The writer claimed responsibility for the murders and threatened further violence. The From Hell letter, sent to George Lusk, the chairman of the Whitechapel Vigilance Committee, arrived in mid-October 1888. It was accompanied by a small box containing half a preserved human kidney, purportedly taken from one of the victims. Section 7. Shadows of suspicion, the elusive killer and his motives. Despite the efforts of the police and the public's insatiable fascination with the case, Jack the Ripper was never caught. The identity of the killer remains one of the most enduring mysteries in criminal history, a source of endless speculation and debate. Over the years, numerous suspects have been investigated, their lives and backgrounds scrutinized for any connection to the Whitechapel murders. Some of the more prominent names include Montague John Druitt, a barrister who committed suicide shortly after the final canonical murder, Walter Sickert, a painter with a dark side and a fascination with the case, and even Queen Victoria's own grandson, Prince Albert Victor, a theory often dismissed as the stuff of conspiracy. The lack of a definitive suspect has only fueled speculation, leading to a wide range of theories about the Ripper's identity and motives. Some believe the killer possessed anatomical knowledge based on the precision of the mutilations. Others point to the killer's apparent ability to disappear into thin air after each murder as evidence of a skilled hunter familiar with the dark alleys of Whitechapel. Section 8. Modern science, ancient crimes, new insights into the Ripper case. While the passage of time may have done little to quell the fascination with Jack the Ripper, advancements in forensic science have offered new avenues for investigation. Modern-day detectives armed with DNA analysis and other cutting-edge techniques have revisited the evidence from the Whitechapel murders, hoping to shed new light on this Victorian-era mystery. One promising avenue has been the re-examination of the letters attributed to the Ripper. DNA analysis of the saliva on the stamps and envelopes has yielded some intriguing, though not conclusive, results. Some researchers believe that the DNA profile extracted from these materials points to a woman as the possible author of the letters, adding another layer of complexity to the case. Other researchers have focused on the physical evidence from the crime scenes, using modern techniques to analyze bloodstains, hair fibers, and other trace materials. While the degradation of the evidence over time presents significant challenges, these efforts have provided valuable insights into the nature of the crimes and the possible characteristics of the perpetrator. Despite these advancements, the mystery of Jack the Ripper remains unsolved. Section 9. A legacy of terror, Jack the Ripper in the public imagination. The Whitechapel murders, though a dark chapter in London's history, have left an indelible mark on the public imagination. The case, with its gruesome details, unsolved mysteries, and the chilling enigma of the killer's identity, has captivated writers, filmmakers, and artists for generations. Jack the Ripper has been portrayed in countless books, films, and television shows, each offering a unique interpretation of the killer and his motives. From Alan Moore's graphic novel From Hell to the psychological thriller The Lodger and the historical fiction novel The Alienist, the case continues to inspire creative works that explore the darkness lurking beneath the surface of Victorian society. Beyond the world of fiction, the case has also spawned a thriving industry of tours, museums, and historical societies dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of Jack the Ripper. The enduring fascination with Jack the Ripper is a testament to the power of unsolved mysteries. Section 10. An unsettled case, the enduring enigma of Jack the Ripper. Over a century has passed since the autumn of terror that gripped Whitechapel, yet the mystery of Jack the Ripper continues to fascinate and frustrate in equal measure. The killer, who vanished into the fog and shadows as quickly as he appeared, has left behind a legacy of unanswered questions and enduring fascination. Did Jack the Ripper possess anatomical knowledge, as some theories suggest? Was he a skilled hunter, intimately familiar with the dark alleys of Whitechapel? Or was he simply a product of his time, driven to madness by the poverty and desperation that surrounded him? The true identity of Jack the Ripper may forever elude us, lost to the passage of time and the limitations of historical evidence. However, the case serves as a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of human life, the complexities of the human psyche, and the enduring power of mystery. And so, the search for answers continues, fueled by the enduring enigma of Jack the Ripper.